All right, guys, here's my last story about Earth Day. It's called Can Kids Save the Earth? This is a book full of kids just like you. So go ahead and take a peek. It says the earth is a wonderful home for all of us and for all living things, plants, and animals. It has everything we need for life: a thick blanket of air, huge bodies of water, and vast stretches of land. It says, when the number of humans, plants, and animals stays the same, we have a balance in nature. But today, the human population is growing very fast. People need more food and more places to live. These extra needs cause for problems in our environment. So see how they're tearing down part of the forest? It says, here they're clearing the land, which means the loss of many trees. Trees and plants take in that gas that I was telling you guys about and gives off oxygen. Humans and animals breathe in oxygen and breathe out that gas, carbon dioxide. And when there's fewer trees, there's less oxygen for humans and animals to breathe. People clear the land to make way for farms and factories, houses and highways, and humans can also drain and fill wetland areas to use for building, growing crops, or even dumping trash. Although we need to use the land, soil, and trees, we can help keep nature in balance by taking good care of what exists and replacing it with what we use. What can you and the children around the world do to help protect the earth's soil and trees? Well, here, these kids are cleaning up debris in the Manistee National Forest in Michigan. Many are taking part in Adopt a Forest program. You can too by helping save the land and by keeping forests and places healthy. Fun fact, when I was your age, I used to do this. We have a very aggressive plant called the mustard seed here in Michigan. And mustard seed is a special type of plant that goes ahead, and when it grows so fast and it takes over such a big area that it can kill some of the other baby trees that are in that area. So I used to work with a group just like this to help clean that stuff up every once in a while so that our trees could grow strong and thrive. It says these children in Costa Rica are taking part in a reforestation program. You too could plant new trees, just like how Miss Karnick plants a tree every year on Earth Day. It says the world's fast-growing human population and land clearing are destroying the planet and many plants and animal habitats. When habitats disappear, plants and animals are in danger of extinction. So I told you guys last week, frogs are not one of our animals that are going to be on our endangered animals list. They're not up for extinction, but there are some animals that are. So it says animals who have lost their habitat have no place to hide, and some are captured and taken from their homes from the wild. We just got done reading the one and only Ivan. That's a perfect example. Now, in that specific story, Ivan was a baby gorilla who was kind of abandoned, so he was in a rough place. He probably wouldn't have made it if they hadn't saved him. However, there's plenty of animals that really don't need to be taken out of their habitats. It says, for example, a giant panda, Miss Karnick's favorite animal, has a diet that consists of mainly this plant called bamboo. Widespread cutting of bamboo to make room for croplands has resulted in the deaths of hundreds of pandas. Pandas eat like 80 pounds of bamboo a day. That's a lot. It can't grow as fast as they're eating it. So when people then also cut it down, it can make pandas really sick. It says, when it comes to taking care of plants and animals, children everywhere can do many things to make a difference. What can you do to help care for wildlife? It says, did you know that you're looking at one of the most endangered birds of all of Central America? Not us, not our species. We are macaw parrots, and we are scarce in the region, and we eat rice and beans for dinner. And here, sorry, this is really hard to read. Here in Belize, we live and breed, and that's really special. Macaw parrots are a national heritage, so please let us have a future in the wild. So it says, like these children in Belize, you can have a wildlife sanctuary to learn more about many causes of animal endangerment. Normally each year, at the end of the year, we would take a field trip to the zoo. Obviously with COVID, that's not a safe choice, but it is something that we normally would do and that we'll get to do hopefully next year. It says, you can volunteer to work with an animal organization. You and your friends can feed birds throughout the winter when they're having difficulty finding food. So you can either put out a bird feeder. I know with the summer coming, a lot of hummingbird feeders are available at the store. Those are really cool. But I would recommend during this 2-week time, take a trip to the zoo with your parents. It says, more people can make more waste, which takes up space and can pollute the environment. Many people throw their waste away carelessly. This creates environments that are dirty, smelly, and unhealthy. So look at this forest area. You can see they've thrown away chairs, microwaves, bed frames. It says some of the waste from our land ends up in oceans where it harms thousands of creatures each year. Animals such as sea lions, like these ones, can get caught in old fishing nets. Other animals can get caught in the rings that hold 6-packs of canned drinks. We've talked about that in a lot of the stories we've read. Each of us produce about 2,000 pounds of trash a year. What are some ways we can cut down on the amount of trash that we make? It says children in California found a way to use garbage by setting up a museum filled with objects made from scraps. So you too can find creative ways to reuse your trash. So that's something we're going to be doing. It says, like these kids who are recycling newspapers, you can help reduce waste by recycling materials such as papers, bottles, and cans. Here, children put trash into bags and take it to the recycling center. You can help keep your neighborhood trash-free by collecting and recycling trash. Humans create air pollution when they burn fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas to heat homes and factories. Burning fuel releases gases and tiny particles that pollute the air. Cars, which burn gasoline, are a big source of that pollution. The wind spreads the pollution around, but when there's no wind, the pollution can build up in one place. When this happens, such as like in a big city like in Bangkok, Thailand, you can be completely covered in a nasty haze. Look, you guys can barely see this. You can barely see the buildings in this picture. Here, I'll try to make it a little bit bigger for you. Do you see how nasty the air looks? Ugh. And it says, then the gases from those burning fuels enter the atmosphere and mix with ordinary rainfall and turn into acid rain. Acid rain damages trees, buildings, and kills the fishes in our lakes. Clean air is super important to us. So how can you and other kids improve our air quality? Well, you can ride a bike or walk instead of taking a car if where you're going is close enough. You can look for buildings that release smoke or particles into the air, and you can write letters reporting that pollution to the proper officials, like your mayor and your police station. It says, people destroy clean water by throwing waste into ponds and streams. Oil from tanker spills kills many plants and animals that live in the water. Factories may pour leftover chemicals into rivers. Clean water is essential for all living things. What can you do to help living things hurt by polluting? What can you do to help the living things hurt by the polluted water? What can you do to keep the water from being polluted? Well, it says, here they see birds that were covered in oil from an oil spill that are unable to fly or keep warm because they're covered in this nasty coating. These people are helping wash off the birds. You can test the water to find out if it's clean enough for living things to swim or drink. And these children are cleaning up a stream. You can also pick up trash that floats in rivers and streams. We live so close to the beach that you guys could go ahead and drive down and go to the beach and you could pick up trash there. It says we can all help to prevent future problems for our environment by conserving or saving these natural resources such as coal, oil, gas, and water. Learning about the environment and its problems is an important first step toward becoming a protector of the planet. This says, don't waste our water. Some children made the flag above to remind people to not waste water, a precious natural resource. You can help conserve water by turning it off when you're brushing your teeth. What are some other ways? So for example, we learned about teeth health earlier this year. You guys know that you should be brushing your teeth as long as you can say the alphabet twice, or close to like a minute to a minute and a half. So in order to do that, you want to make sure that you're not just leaving your faucet on and running the whole time you're brushing. It says these children are learning about electricity and different ways to conserve energy. We can turn off our lights, computers, and TVs when we're not using them. What are some other ways? Here in our classroom, you notice that I have the lights off quite a large amount of our day. When we're doing reader group time, when we're doing our math or our ELA, anything over the document camera, I try to make sure not only are the lights off so that it's easier to view what's on the board, but just so that we're saving and conserving a little more energy. It says, after learning all you can about the environment, it takes time to take action. So, children in the United States have started worldwide organizations to fight pollution. For example, children in Sweden have started a worldwide organization to help save rainforests, and children in many other countries have started environmental groups, which have been joined by other children all over the world. Here, children in Brazil are learning more about endangered species. Children in Costa Rica are learning more about the rainforest. Children everywhere can work hard to encourage others to help take care of the environment. You guys can encourage your parents to help you with one of these ideas. At Earth Day, celebrations around the world, children make posters and signs and dress up for parades and celebrations. These girls in China are dressed as a caterpillar to show its concern for nature's creatures. A child from an elementary school in San Diego, California, presents his sign during an Earth Day walk. He pledges to protect the Earth. In Slovakia, children draw a globe on the playground. The globe shows children around the world just enjoying the nature. In France, children play around a model of a giant blue whale. This whale was displayed in an Earth Day celebration to protest against whaling. Whaling is the killing of whales just so that you can have their fat and blubber. It's not good. And here, a boy from Thailand paints a beautiful mural celebrating nature. Children in the United States like to carry banners in Earth Day parades to encourage people to take care of the oceans. It says, the Earth is a planet of amazing beauty. Adults and children throughout the world must work as a team to protect it. Together, we can keep it a place of beauty for people to enjoy today and for future generations. Just something I really want you guys to think about while you guys are filling out all of your Earth Day papers this week. It's definitely something important and something to take time to do to go ahead and reduce, reuse, and recycle. Have a great day.